Hey guys, how's it going? Drew here. In this video, what I wanted to do is talk about why I think the Yamaha THR is still the best practice amp on the market right now and will probably continue to be the best practice amp on the market through 2024 or until something new from Yamaha, Boss, Positive Grid, all of those practice amp makers come out with something new. If you're familiar with my channel, I have dozens of videos on the Yamaha THR. I think it's the best way for beginning guitar players to intermediate and even advanced guitar players to get great tones at reasonable volume. So if you're needing to practice a lot of guitar, or you're a new guitar player and you need some good sounds at home when you're working on a variety of, guitar content, the THR I think is the best way to go. And I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons why I think so. So I wanted to make this video because Boss recently put out a new version of their Katana Air amplifier. It's the new Boss Katana Air EX amplifier. It's similar to their other Katana Air, but with a few updated things on it. But from what I can tell, it's still virtually the same amp with a rechargeable battery feature. But what I have discovered is that it is quite expensive. It comes in at $599 is the retail price for this amplifier. And you can use regular AA batteries, those little barrel-shaped batteries that have been around for decades here in the United States. If you want to use the rechargeable feature on the Katana Air EX, you actually have to buy a $200 rechargeable battery pack from Roland, and this is the one that would fit in the Katana Air. And I just wanted to say, I considered buying this amplifier for myself just to have something a little bit different from the THR because I've had it for so long, and it's nice to get something new and different. And I was really excited about even demoing this amp for this channel. But as I started to look into it a little bit more, I'm like, what is even the point of getting this thing shipped to my house for this price other than just to review it for you guys? And hey, I may do that, but I'm like, man, I don't want to spend $600 when I already have the world's best practice amp. So I'm going to give you a few other reasons in this video why I think the THR is better. My first reason why I think the THR is better is the new Katana EX is $599 versus the highest priced THR is $499. Now the difference here between these two products is that with the Katana Air EX, you do get the Boss WLT wireless transmitter that comes free with this amp. So I guess that's where that $100 difference is. If you want to use a wireless system with the THR, you have to get the G10 or the G10T line 6. That's what this is here. Another way to go is to get the X-Vive system. I actually think this is better than this because this seems to run out of battery quite quickly, but that's a whole other story. So I can understand why you would want the EX to get that wireless capability. Just to use the rechargeable feature, they're making you buy a $200 battery pack, which I just think is kind of insane. This the THR30 has that built in. The other thing I wanted to say is that you can get your foot in the door with a THR for as little as $300, okay, for the base model. This one you have to plug into the wall. It comes with this adapter here, so you can't take it outside or move it to different rooms as easily as you would with the THR30. It's not quite as loud either. If I was going to do it all over again, I would just get this THR again and maybe even get the black one. And that one's cool. Look, you can get black now. Check that out. You can get it in black. You can get it in white, which is sick. So there's another thing that I wanted to throw into the mix here is that aesthetically, look at this amp compared to this amp aesthetically. Okay, it's a no-brainer if you want this thing to look nice in your room. Like maybe you want to put this in your office with your guitar and your THR, and you want to maybe play some music on the THR as well. It's just going to look cooler and more interesting of a piece in your office or studio than this black box that looks like some kind of explosive device. Here is the old Boss Katana Air. The closest thing I could compare this to, the cheaper THR10. Look at this thing. This thing is even uglier, in my opinion. This doesn't look very inviting to me either. It looks a little bit more robust than the EX, though. Now, one other difference between these two amps is that this one is made out of wood. You could argue all day long that the wood of the amplifier is going to affect the tone, whereas with the THR it just has this metal chassis. But I think with amps like this, the most important factor is the speaker, okay? The speakers that they put in these. And it's my humble opinion that the THR speakers are simply better. That's just my take on that. Okay, another reason why I think the Yamaha THR is better is there are simply way more sounds in the THR, especially the newer THR, obviously is what we're talking about. You get acoustic, clean, crunch, lead, and brown. Okay, and then of course you've got effects. What's different about the Katana is you can have a boost or a mod pedal boosting the front end of the amp, if you will. THR really doesn't have that. And then the effects are a little different. And to be honest, it's harder to get into the effects from this front panel of the Katana Air, whereas with the THR you have all of the effects right on top. You can see how it's this rotary knob. You go from chorus, flanger, phaser, tremolo. You can get to all of that stuff from the top of the amplifier, and I think that is better. There's also a tuner right here. Okay, does the Katana have a tuner? If it does, it's probably going to use some of these lighting systems here. Once again, like, let's just look at all of these different sounds. Okay, you've got bass, has its own thing, acoustic, and then flat, which you could plug a keyboard into the flat if you just needed to hear your keyboard. And then you've got clean, crunch, lead, high gain, and special. So right there's more tones. And then the other thing that you have with the THR is you can go between classic, boutique, and modern. Within all of those different sounds, you have 3 different modes, 3 different options. Okay, so if you're more of a blues player, I think you'd use more of the boutique sounds. It's like more lower gain amp models. If you want the classic THR sounds, that's that. And then the modern stuff, basically that's all new with this brand new THR. Now I know that you can go in and edit these tones. This is kind of what the Katana editor looks like. I know this is like an older web page, but it's my understanding that it looks very similar to this even still to this day. So here is that booster thing that you have, the mod effects, chorus, flanger, phaser, delay, different types of delay. You do get like octave, wah, and some different reverb types with this Katana. I kind of find this editor to be a little bit cumbersome. And then the other thing I wanted to say is that you only get 2 channels, 2 different presets on the Katana Air EX. You get channel A and channel B. With the Yamaha THR, you get 5. Okay, and I just think that's awesome. I think that's way better. You have way more sounds at your disposal. This is the Katana editor. This is kind of what it looks like. It looks like you can do some deep editing on this thing. That's pretty cool. Here is the THR editor, just so you can see what that looks like, where you can change all of these different amp modes. There's the modern, boutique, classic, and then your amp controls. And then instead of a boost, the THR has a compressor and a noise gate, which I think is awesome, especially because this thing does the high gain stuff so darn well. You know, 2 different echo types, 2 different delay types. I want to say there's 4 different reverb types. Yep, 4 different mod effects: flanger, phaser, tremolo, chorus, right? And I just find this user interface with the THR to be really simple to use. Again, I haven't spent a lot of time with the Katana stuff. I would imagine it's probably almost as easy to use, but this just seems so much more simple to me than this with these menus diving that's going on here. That's just another thing to consider. The other thing is that you don't have to mess with any of this right thing. With the THR, you dial in your tone on here, and then you can literally hold down one of the 5 preset buttons and then it saves it right away. Okay, now the big kicker for me with all of these practice amps and stuff that are on the market, and what I think separates the THR from a lot of the other ones, is this ability to change the speaker cabinet. Okay, there's a plethora of speaker cabinets that you can mess around with, and if anybody knows anything about amp modeling, what they usually discover pretty quickly is that the speaker cabinet plays probably the biggest role in the overall tone of the amplifier. It's like an EQ almost with these speaker cabinets. I've spent a lot of time with the Line 6 Helix stuff, and once I started getting into loading IRs with that impulse responses, the sound quality and my tones just went through the roof with the Helix. When the Helix first came out, the built-in speaker cabinet simulations weren't as good as they are today. You had to get third-party impulse responses to really increase the sound quality of the Helix. I just think it was a great idea with the THR to put all of these different speaker cabinets in here so you can mix and match, and you just end up with a much wider range of tonal possibilities with this setup versus with the Katana Air. I just find this thing to be very expensive for what it's offering. The fact that you have to get a separate rechargeable battery that's $200, that makes this amp $800. At that point, I might as well just buy a freaking tube amp. I might as well get a Blackstar or a PV tube amp if I'm gonna spend $800. All right, guys, there you go. That is my hot take on why I think the Yamaha THR is still the best practice amp on the market and probably will be next year. I know there's a lot of other options out there. Maybe let me know in the comment section what your go-to practice amp is. Mine is the THR. There's a lot of other stuff out there, and if you want to see me review some of these other amps, I'd love to. Usually it's just a matter of cost, like getting another $600 together to get one of these amps on the channel. I'll probably figure that out early next year and get some different ones and put them side by side so you guys can hear the difference in sound. I think that's the most important aspect about all of this, is the sound quality. So thank you so much for checking out this video. Thanks for checking out my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you liked this video, hit the like button, turn all of the notifications on if you're into the Yamaha THR, pedal demos, metal guitar playing, all of that kind of stuff, guitar playing tips. Stick around for all of that stuff, guys. I've got a lot more videos coming this year and then early next year. So thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day wherever you're at.